Good evening, Kenton community. My name is Sabatino Samato. I'm your superintendent, and this is your weekly connection update. Let's quickly review all the sections of the connection this week. First, we start off with the superintendent's update. We then move to our safety tips for families. We have our school and district highlights. We finish it off with our recognition. So let's get going. Under my update, there's a few things there. First, weekend activities have been canceled. We announced that Friday during the day. That on Saturday and Sunday, all of our district activities are canceled in anticipation of the severe weather. If we have to cancel for Monday on the day that, by the way, we're already off of school in celebration of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day, if we have to cancel activities for that day, we'll make an announcement on Sunday. The next piece under the superintendent's update is the 37th annual Jerry Star Kenton Schools Sleep Out. And we do this every year, that first Friday in February, where we really take the time to not only come together in camaraderie and building our culture as a district, but also in recognition that there are so many in our community, throughout our nation, and definitely throughout this world, that are less fortunate than we are. And we look to make donations. We look to provide any support that we can. That support goes to the Family Support Center and our Kenton Closet. And it's that information is going to be coming around to the schools. We have some links here of ways that you could donate. Our schools are going to make some extra initiatives this year to really try and bring those donations up. But we hope to see you at that event, even if you want to just stop by that evening and make a donation. It is such an important event that has gone on for more than 3 decades in our district. So really check out that section on the sleep out. Finally, under my update, you'll see remembering Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We celebrate Dr. King this Monday, January 15th. And it's very important, ladies and gentlemen, that we take some time this weekend, talk to our children about why we're off of school on Monday, why we're looking to still continue the work of Dr. King. And really, it's not just about learning more about each other. It's really making that extra effort to be one of the people that pushes our community closer together. Really check out that section. Then we move to our safety tips for families. And with all this weather, we had some wind this past week. We have all this weather anticipated this weekend. Talking about safety tips for families, a great time for families to make sure the district has their accurate contact information on file. There's a whole piece about Infinite Campus and how to update your information as parents and guardians, also emergency contacts. It is never more important than making sure that that information is up to date right now. Check out that piece. Then we have our school and district highlights. Kenmore students gather for special presentation on making their senior year count. Kenmore West celebrates naming ceremony for Coach Bob Puffpath Natatorium. Board of Education members visit Hoover Elementary School. Kenmore East and Kenmore West classes learn about fingerprint analysis at Kenmore-Tonawanda Police Department. Franklin Middle to present Annie Jr. January 25th through 27th. Kenmore students compete in gingerbread house competitions. Hoover Elementary students take part in Fitness for Kids event at Canisius University. And that brings us up to our recognition for this week. And ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it with the naming of the Puffpath Natatorium, none other than our naming committee here in Kenton. Kudos to our Board of Education, who a couple years ago, we had this stay. We had this moratorium on renaming of any facilities, anything of significance here in Kenton. And our Board of Education heard our public. They came up with a naming process so that if anyone wants to rename any one of our facilities, anything from plaques and trees to larger facilities, that there is a process now in place, a very objective process that includes our naming committee. And this naming committee, after the process is followed of receiving and obtaining the signatures, this naming committee then listens to presentations about what is being proposed, and they make a decision on whether it should move on to the Board of Education. We just had this happen with our Puff Path Natatorium, and the naming committee, for all of their volunteer dedication, hard work, and especially that history of Kenton, should really be commended, because it's not easy work. So congratulations to our naming committee. That brings us to the end of the connection. And folks, all I could say, keep it really short and simple. Be safe this weekend. Spend great family time, and go Bills. That's the spirit that will make us Kenton strong, Kenton proud, and keep moving Kenton forward. Have a wonderful, safe weekend.